Yes, guys, welcome back to the Once You're In podcast. We are back with another show review for you. So today, again, we're actually recording it on the day of. So today was the PCA Scotland show. So this is the third PCA show of the season. They had the first timers, then they had the Saxon Classic, and now they've got this Scottish one. Speaking of Scottish ones, somebody has just entered the waiting room. So we're gonna bring them in. We've got a special Scottish informant,
Oh, I thought it was going to be Robertson. Oh, I'm disappointed.
Andy Robertson. Josh, we're
Yeah.
live by the way, mate. So
Yeah, don't say anything out of turn.
yeah, don't
Like,
say anything racist, please, mate, like you usually do. He
yeah,
said he did message me saying that his laptop's being or his computer's being slow as fuck. So we're gonna just get cracking. But basically, Josh was at the show. Here he is. Look, him
I can't hear shit.
and his fat face.
Can't hear anything.
he looks like such a confused little boy,
Oh
doesn't
my
he?
Yeah,
God.
he is a confused little boy. You know, in everything in life.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, my volume wasn't up on the computer. There we go.
Fantastic. Yeah, you can hear us now.
That, yes, I can hear
Yeah,
you now.
we're live, mate. We're on.
Yeah, I thought so. Apologies for the disruption.
It's okay. How are you doing? You good?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you,
All
mate.
good. All good.
Did you have a
How
good
was
time?
Yeah, how was it?
Yeah, it was decent. It was weird. The venue that's ran at, it's a really popular like rave place in Glasgow. Like there's mad like concerts and stuff held there, and they had it this year. I preferred the one the previous year, but still good. They sold way too many tickets though. It was extremely claustrophobic in there. Very busy.
It always is for PCA shows. I don't
Yeah,
know
they are
how,
busy.
like, it's mental the amount of shows that they do, how they're all so busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that being said, they sell tickets and they sell them out and then they do them in person, but they're like, yeah, we'll let you in. Just give us an
Yeah,
entrance.
they sell more at the desk when they literally
Yeah.
couldn't fit in the room.
Yeah, like it's literally full, and they're just like, yeah, we got room for one more. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Give us 20 quid.
Right.
Yeah.
So Josh basically sent me a voice note, guys, telling me a few things that happened. So I was like, yeah, mate, you welcome on the podcast. You can be our little Scottish
No,
informant and
no.
and talk through things. So we're gonna do what we usually do. We're gonna go through the reels, but we're just gonna go through like the main talking points because we find that like otherwise we're just scrolling through saying this person came this place. You can do that on your own. You can go onto the PCA show page, have a look at the shows, have a look at the reels. So we're just gonna go through like the main talking points. So I think first of all, like juniors was a pretty big talking point. Like the guy that won the juniors, I thought looked really, really good.
Yeah.
Obviously he beat Lewis Sutherland, who Josh, obviously you'll know better than us, but he looked good. But I feel like because he's been in stage condition for so long, similar to like you were, Josh. Like you
Yeah,
do end
yeah.
up getting a bit worse, no matter how well you peak or how fresh you try and stay. Like your body's
Yeah.
not meant to stay in that condition for too long. Um,
Yeah, that's him
feel
done
like
now.
happened
I
with
think
me,
since an off season.
huh?
That's Lewis done. I think he's gone an off season now.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean he's still a very, very good first season, but this guy's like
He looks about
really good.
35, this guy.
Yeah,
He
like
skips left calf day though.
oh yeah.
Yeah. What's up with that left car?
There's obviously an issue there, isn't there? What's up with it?
Josh, did you
I
notice
don't
that
know.
now? Did you notice that in person? You were like, wait a second.
Noticed it in person. To be
Yeah.
fair, I didn't notice until someone said it, and then I was like,
Yeah.
oh, geez, oh yeah. I mean, he looked good.
That shows you though, doesn't it? Like calves
Yeah.
Can I
do get overlooked. But I didn't even notice that.
think, can
Yeah.
I Jack, do you
Some
remember,
deformed hair or something.
Finn, do you remember my old client called like Jizzy Jazz that I coached
Yeah.
like this is her boyfriend.
Oh, is it?
I didn't. Yeah, yeah, she put a story. So Jizzy
He looks
Jazz.
like a Viking.
If you're doing well, hopefully all is good. Your boyfriend looks class.
Yeah.
It's good.
Let us know if you're watching, mate. Let us know, Matt Warren. Let us know like the background behind your left calf because
Yeah, it's
obviously
mad. Like
there's an issue, but like it's really cool that it hasn't disrupted his left quad training.
No.
that's what I
Yeah.
was thinking. I was like, if
Usually
he's
you'd
gonna
think
have
it'd be the
or
whole
something,
leg.
how is he gonna be stability wise on that
Yeah.
left leg? Like, that's impressive.
Yeah. Very good
I
physique. So
will
obviously he
say
won. He won the juniors.
he needs to not on the pose down. It was like the worst one I've ever seen. Like he was literally like
Is
grabbing
he the one who
people.
pushed people? Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw.
like really badly. I was like cringing watching it. I was like,
Yeah.
not do that.
I don't know why
But
did they not say anything? Because often they'll say
don't
like,
know. I don't think so. But that was like the worst case I've ever seen.
yeah, it's cringy in it. So
Yeah.
Logan that we spoke about before, who is not natty. We apologise, Logan, for assuming. Like you say, you need to up the dose, mate. Obviously, but no, that's our bad for assuming. Connor came in fifth, and then Lewis was in second, which I mean looks like it was judged well. Again, Lewis I think looked better earlier shows, which again makes
He
sense.
also looked very good on his own, but then when he
Yeah,
stood next to that guy, because Lewis doesn't have massive quads, like
yeah,
you could tell the difference. Like they looked very like slim because that other guy had really good quads. Like Lewis on his own looked great, but then when he got put next to other guys, like just that guy that was bigger than he kind of made him look a little bit smaller.
yeah,
Still looked good, really good though.
yeah. The guy that won was like I thought because obviously I'd not kept on top of it like all throughout the day, but I saw him win the juniors, and then I saw like the next few classes, and I was like, that junior's going to win the overall. Like before, I saw
Yeah.
quite a lot. I was like, it would not surprise me, but he didn't. But we'll come on to who did. So then we go on to novice. So we spoke about Neil before. He did the Saxon Classic last weekend, won his class then, didn't he? I think he competed yesterday as well. I think he came second. I saw it on his Instagram, and he wasn't happy about it. I think it was like a NABBA show. Um, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it was.
redemption today came back, won his class. What was this class like,
That's
Josh?
good to be fair.
Yeah,
Yeah, not bad. Like when they came out, like I went off at this point to go and eat a meal, so I missed like this class and or most of this class and like the next class or two. But when I seen them walk out, I was like, they actually look pretty heavily muscled. I didn't get to see condition that properly. This guy looked quite big when he came out, but I also think it's just because like his tan and his glaze was like a little bit better than most people's in terms of a little bit darker.
yeah.
Some of the classes were really weird with that with their tan. Like there's people that looked like they were like Uris, no glaze at all. Um, but literally some of them were pretty bad. But
The
yeah, that looked good
standard,
to me.
the standard's definitely better than the last couple. Like
Yeah,
there's more people in the show. Like we were saying, weren't we? Like the Saxon Classic was disappointing. First timers was first timers, and it was the first show of the season, so it's kind of what you'd expect. This is getting better. Still, like obviously, it gets
yeah,
better
yeah.
as the year goes on. Um, but yeah, so Neil, congrats, mate, deserved winner.
Can I
Uh,
say, did you boys see what JP and VMT said? I think called
yeah,
out.
Shannon told me.
And like
Or,
I didn't, but I would say like reels always make people look worse, and also natties standing next to enhanced people usually look like natties, like 95% of the time.
Yeah,
Like these guys, I think it's when one of those you see them and you think, oh, they could be sharper. That's enhanced bodybuilding at amateur levels. Like
yeah.
that's a standard
I think he
PCA.
meant the posing more than anything.
Yeah, no,
I
I get
will
that.
say the Bozeman was pretty bad.
Yeah. Posing,
Yeah,
like, I feel like there's no excuse when it comes to posing. Fair enough if your posing's not incredible. I'm not expecting everybody to be like fucking the best poser in the world, but
Yeah,
you know what it's like. Like, probably 90% of people, they really can't pose. Like, they
I
don't
would
know
say
how
that
to pose. They can't pose. The posing fitness is
yeah.
atrocious. Like,
yeah.
I was saying it like the with the girls like with the bikini and stuff. Like I was saying to Julian when I was sat next to him, I was like, it's mad that like they're doing all this shit and the way they walk and everything. But I was like, think about how good they actually are at that compared to guys when they do
yeah,
their posing. Like it must be guys just thinking, all right, I'll lift big heavy weights, get lean, and just get big and muscly and this and that, and don't really think about posing that much. Whereas the girls care a lot more about like how they're actually presenting themselves and looking nice and stuff. But I think guys should do that to a certain
yeah.
degree as
I
well.
have
Like
like
actually.
some of my girl
Yeah,
clients were like thinking about competing in like 2, 3 years, and they already have a posing coach. Whereas like
Exactly.
you guys would never think like that. Like
Mm.
they're just like, oh, I'll just work it out when I get there. It's like, yeah, that's not going to work. This guy looked really good. Was he pretty good in person?
This is Darren. So he trains at Future Fitness, the gym that I train at on a Friday and Saturday. He trains with Kieran. I see him training quite a lot. Trains well. And he competed at the Granite a week ago. And he fed up quite heavily, and all of it just went to his upper body, and it made his legs look worse because his legs, he was meant to physique before, so his legs aren't brilliant. But he looked a lot better this time. Like when he was stood in the overall, he actually didn't look like out of place. I was like, holy shit, he looks pretty good.
Yeah,
Like
he
he
looked
got
really good.
Not
yeah,
the
yeah, he
granite.
looked brilliant.
The
Yeah, no, yeah, that's outrageous. It's Granite.
yeah,
I'll
that's so
back you there.
good.
I'm sorry, Finn.
Granite or granite? You can say both. I'm pretty sure you said granite a minute ago.
I
Mm,
said Granite.
yeah, you said granite.
Granite. If someone said Granite, I would pull him for like at the second, and be like, what? What you said?
Okay, fine. I'll take it. So this was Masters. I've skipped through a little bit there just because again, like I say, we're not going to go through absolutely every reel. So this was the guy who went on to win the overall. Joshua said that he looked like
Very
even
good.
better in person.
Yeah, he doesn't look great here on again the reels. Like his tan looks dodgy there and
Yeah,
stuff.
his
But like,
tan's a
see when
mess.
he went up into that front lat, holy shit! Like he was just a large individual, and his shape was very, very good. Like the guy that's if there's a reel there maybe, but the guy that came second in Masters, he was like bubbly as shit. He was like big. If it was any other Masters class, he would have won.
Yeah, he's very good from the
His
front.
pose and stuff yeah, yeah, mate. Look at him from the front, like he's got so much muscle. For the side when he hits the side shots, I was saying again, like posing wise, like his legs are miles apart, and it makes him look even worse than they already are for the sides. But like he had a lot of muscle. That other guy, just his shape was very, very good. He was
It's funny.
foreign as well. So I went to congratulate him.
And they were like, "Yeah, fuck this guy, ain't winning. We can't give a guy to a front double who's got his hands open doing them like
Yeah,
this."
physique.
Yeah, that's bro.
But yeah, posing like it just makes such a massive difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, like look at that, his side leg there.
Yeah.
If you take anything from this show review, it's practice your posing earlier. The thing is as well, I feel like people practice, but they just practice the shit
Incorrectly.
posing. Yeah, they keep
Or they
practicing
have
what
a
they've been
session when
doing.
they're gassed and they just kind of go through the motions.
Yeah.
Treat it like
Or
training. If you're just going from A to B and not really thinking about doing much, and you're not going to get much out of it, actually practice it well.
yeah.
But yeah, in terms of tan, like I think it just all I'm looking at is his tan. His tan on
Yeah.
his upper body looks awful. He looks great, but his tan from on his upper body just doesn't look good. Did he sort that out for the overall?
I don't know. It wasn't as noticeable in person, to be fair. I don't think.
Was he
Yeah.
just like rolling around on his front or something like backstage? They were like, "Yeah, that's a great idea." Yeah, just
Yeah,
It
keep.
might be skin related. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
possibly. I went up to congratulate him and he just went, "Thanks, man." And he was like completely foreign. So
Yeah,
I was gonna
completely
say,
foreign, completely
Completely.
foreign, not like half foreign.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
But no, it
Yeah.
was. I
he
think it
probably
was
just
very
couldn't.
good.
He's probably actually English. He just couldn't understand your accent, mate.
That's it. I was just saying
He
haggis
thought,
and
he thought you were
kilts and
completely. He thought you were completely foreign. He was like, "This guy's completely foreign. Yeah, he's gone past the point of no return."
Okay, right. Then on to so I'm going to cover these guys. So this was over 50s. He looks really good for
yeah, he was
over 50s masters.
yeah, yeah. Quads were cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. Of course.
and then
Bodybuilding short.
bodybuilding
It was
short.
on this.
Huh?
I seen him last night at the pit stop event. He was like walking about in a Gold's Gym top with it like cut like so far down. He just looked like a proper like old school bodybuilder.
Got a good
And
amount of muscle. He just
yeah, mate, a lot of
You've got the
muscle.
condition.
He's
You've got the condition of an old school bodybuilder as well.
yeah.
yeah, that's it
Was
wasn't
there
as bad in person, but it was still pretty meh.
how
He
many
just
were in that class?
that would have just been that guy there, just on his own.
Sure.
Was it?
Yeah, yeah. Bodybuilding short, one person in it. Just
Yeah.
mad.
Okay, so then bodybuilding medium, bit of a busier class.
Probably the best class of the day, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, one of the best.
James, third place.
This guy was great in upper body, but his legs, he didn't have much sweep through his
I feel
quads.
like
And
that's a
then,
pretty common trend in this show. Everyone's upper body looks good, but their legs, especially from as soon as he turns to the side, everyone's legs look weak.
yeah, mate, it was from the back. So, see, Chris, who won this, he was the only one that had a pair of glutes and hamstrings. Like everyone else, like this guy especially, like other ones, when you turn to the rear, like there it was just completely missing. This was it this guy here? Yeah, he was the only other one that was like properly conditioned and had something from the rear, but then Chris was a good bit bigger than him. So he had good quads. Like it
Yeah,
looks like
this
his wheelie
we
tumor just
spoke
slapped
about this guy.
side of
So
each of them.
Chris did the
Mate,
the granite.
yeah, he competed yesterday as well.
The crap.
Yeah, he done the granite and competed yesterday too.
Yeah, I remember him from the granite. Did you see Granite Xhaka's goal today, Reese, by the way?
Yeah. Good strike.
They've won the league, haven't they?
Yeah. Very
Up
good.
by
Yeah.
Leverkusen.
Yeah. I
Sorry,
think
Chris, we're taking away from your moment.
first opener. It was the opening goal, wasn't it? If I'm not mistaken, or the second.
No, it was the second goal. The first goal was Boniface pen.
Okay.
Sorry, Chris. Yeah, Chris looks really good. Obviously, we said about Chris looking really good, and yeah, like you
Yeah,
say,
he's good.
he's got a good set of glutes.
Yeah. Great.
Big
Save.
ass.
Fucking hell.
Chris, tell us
Wow.
what you do for your glutes.
Arr, arr. I
Ah.
like that shit.
Finn, send that to me quickly, bro. Just so I
Uh,
can
I don't know
Just
between
forward that- forward
him
that.
and Pierce. I think I'm going to say Pierce still. I just love Pierce's glutes.
What, through the shorts? Is it because like it leads it to imagination? So,
Yeah,
like,
I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I'm like, I wonder if they're striated. Like, oh, I don't know. I think they might be. I can see a little bit of striation through the shorts. Oh, I'm getting excited. I might have to stop this pod.
Bring those shoelers down, please, Pierce.
So was this guy on his own as well, Josh?
No, I don't think so. I can't remember. They
It's
look
just
good.
because I don't think there's any other reels around him. You know, like usually they'll have like third, second.
It
I think
might
they've
have
just
been.
put first.
Oh, yes, it was. Sorry, it was. Yeah, because I remember him going off stage and it was like straight back into the routine and he was a bit
You know
gassed
what?
out.
I think they should have just put everyone together then, or they should have
Yeah,
just done two classes, like short, tall, and not done a
tall and
medium.
short. Yeah,
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 and just put people that were on the taller side because otherwise, those two guys doing it on their own, it's not really fair, is it? Like, anyway,
yeah.
on to the women's classes. Did you still watch all this as
Nice.
well, Josh?
Yeah, I can't lie. I didn't really know.
No. To be
I
fair,
went
I
to
feel like
watch.
seeing this reel, this looks like it was a pretty good standard for
I've
toned
seen a
figure.
few. Yeah, she was good. The one in the orange. I don't know if she won it or not, but she was good.
Amy Ledger fourth, Zoe Miller. So that's who won the overall at the Granite Xhaka Classic.
She was great.
We spoke about her. Is this who you're on about?
Yeah, I thought she would have won.
She came second.
She
Yeah,
had good
Nicole won.
quads and
Nicole
conditioning.
won the Saxon Classic as well, didn't she? She won the overall, or did she win the first time? We've spoken about her in these last couple of
Really
reviews.
good from the front. Really good from the front. Like
She won.
shape wise,
She won
quads.
an overall. Oh, is my mic still in? Yeah,
Yeah,
she
you
won.
still
Let me just have a look at my previous notes or Shannon's previous notes because she definitely won one of the last two shows.
What's her Instagram? I'll check later.
It's Nicole Newmont. Yeah, she won the first time as in Hull. She won the
okay.
overall, and she won the overall again today. Just fucking picking up overall swords left, right, and centre is Nicole.
I'm gonna say
Yeah,
like, look,
she was
if
good.
I'm turning up, like we're not gonna judge you fairly. Like just
Huh?
like they're gonna say just all right, that's you got your open win. You like you read your first time a sword. Stop coming back. Just see it with the
I
universe.
almost think
Okay.
like fair play to her. Like it's pretty cool she's gone and got another one, but
Yeah, yeah.
like you say, like it's almost not to say it's not fair because it is. You can do whatever shows you want, but if you've done two shows out of the first three and you've won two overalls, it's a bit like you've
Just
almost
wait to the
come.
universe. Yeah,
You've
like you
done it now. Like yeah,
you qualify for the universe. Wait for the universe. You know.
You're just
So
jealous, Finn.
yeah.
yeah,
I've never won an overall.
Yeah.
sad times.
Let's see
So
if you can have a shot of her sword.
yeah,
Yeah.
Louise, I've got this. It's all right. Oh, I've not even got it in the video. What am I doing? Oh, there it is.
There we go.
Louise Cooper won athletic figure, and then we had trained figure. So for people that don't know, PCA do three different figure classes. They do toned figure, they do athletic figure, and they do trained figure, and they like escalate in size and condition.
And
As you
more
can
so
see,
PD. It's more so PDs. Like they ask you beforehand, like, what's your stack? And like, okay, yeah, you're
you go
stacked.
into
Then
this class. Even if I look like this, yeah, you're in this class.
Yeah, you're in
Yeah.
that class. Doesn't matter. Like, what? You're natty? Okay, fair enough. Cool. You're not doing that.
You have to wait to the natural show later in May or June.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, Jess won the trained figure. Then we go on to men's physique, junior men's physique. Anyone stand out in physique, Josh?
I also wasn't here for this one, but Dylan was really good, and the guy in the white and blue shorts was really good.
Yeah,
But we'll get onto that soon.
yeah. So that was in the
This guy has a good top line, like in terms of width, but he didn't have a great deal of fullness across the chest. The boy that won the junior, like when he was in the overall, because I watched the overall for men's physique, that was only part I caught of it. But yeah,
yeah. So it was the main. So this was a good class. This was a really good class. He came in sixth.
Crazy. He was good for six,
Yeah,
didn't
that's what I mean. So I think this would have been one of the best classes. I think the guy we spoke about, yeah, Tyler. You know, we spoke about him last week, and you said his hair was awful. He messaged me about
yeah,
it.
it was dyed hair.
He
He's
was like,
Taylor client.
he messaged me, and he was like, "Love the review, mate." Until I got told I look awful, and I was like, "That wasn't me. That was Reese." And it was your hair. It wasn't your physique. So
Yeah.
Tyler came in
Tyler
fourth.
looks good.
Again, just shows it was a really good class.
Yeah,
Like this is what I mean in
yeah,
terms of the standard definitely improved in in this show compared to the last couple.
he? Definitely.
yeah.
for them to post 6 reels, that's quite like they don't ever do that. Usually they'll post like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were all good. I think it was a class after this that a guy stormed off the stage and caused a big hissy fit.
So this is Dean, obviously, that we spoke about before, Reese.
This guy was good, but his midsection wasn't quite perfect. So dialed in, it looked like a little bit.
He competed yesterday. He did classic
That may be why.
and he did classic and he won both, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like he did the NABA show, whatever was happening.
Yeah.
No,
I was surprised that he didn't win
He was
the
very
overall.
good.
When I saw that he was competing, I thought, right, he's going to win the overall, but he didn't, did he?
Dylan's good, mate. Dylan's peeled.
Yeah, he got beat by the guy that won the tall class. So Fraser came
you
second.
think that's a fair result? Because I saw by the reels, I honestly thought, like I said, I didn't think this guy was going to win the overall.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought Dean would.
I think Dylan won it. Midsection in person. If you were to go back on that reel, like look at Dylan's midsection versus the other guys, and obviously that's quite a big part of men's physique. So
I don't think Dean's got his midsection's bad though. Like,
oh no, it wasn't bad, but Dylan's was like fucking perfect washboard abs. Like it was very good.
it'd have been good to see them. There might be a reel where they stand next to each
Does a
other.
wee Finn Kelly wee Christmas tree on his back thing,
Yeah.
see before he goes to every rear shot.
My signature. No muscle,
be
just
you,
got a bit of detail.
That
Ladies
was well done,
wellness.
sure.
Ivana Real won that. Junior bikini.
I don't want to be harsh, but I'm going to be like flat out honest. Wellness at the amateur level is absolute arse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
those three were better than it's been.
Yeah, and that says something. That's what I mean. Like, I thought, the wellness girls, they dieted for 6 weeks instead of 2 this time. Good. Like,
He looked good. The Masters bikini winner.
Yeah, I thought she was going to win the overall. Like, there was a good chance that she was going to win the overall.
Yeah, I
she
thought
was
that.
muscled.
I thought when I saw her, maybe too well muscled for bikini.
Yeah, what's the one above that? This is the reason why I didn't watch the female, because like I like to guess to see who I think is going to win everything, but I'm so lost when it comes to like the exact judging of each class and everything.
Yeah.
But I think she might have suited the class above, like in terms of muscularity.
And at the side of the stage, just barking at the girls.
That wasn't me, man. That definitely wasn't me.
I heard on a reel just randomly, woof, woof. So I was like, what?
That's more like that was purring. That was
So they have just bikini, short, medium, and tall. Then they have bikini trained. So, but they don't have. I don't think they have masters bikini trained. So that's why I should have just been in masters bikini. I imagine anyway. I might be wrong.
Yeah, she had a lot of muscle.
But it was this girl, wasn't it? Coached by
Mate,
Dan
this
Welburn.
is not doing her justice. Like the camera being slightly to the left there. Like, see when she would like hit those shots, like her waist disappeared, and then like her lat, like it's as if it like inserted so low and it was like the teeny waist, and it went up perfectly into like just like that wider, like that shape looked really good.
Do you think you say her name just as Katrina or Catriona?
Could not tell you. I'm not even going to try to slaughter it.
I'm going to say Katrona. Katrina. Anyway, Katrina looked very good. She's coached by Dan Welburn, so shock, she won. I don't mean that just because. I mean because Dan Welburn's good. I'm not saying that in any political way.
What was that?
I'm not, mate. Dan like if you'd say who's the best bikini coach, you'd say Dan Welburn.
Yeah, but
that's what I meant by that.
Finn calls out.
I don't even know who it is.
That's what I'll. That'll be the thumbnail. Finn calls out Dan Welburn.
Well, that's the same as your clickbait with fucking Lizzie in it.
Yeah, I got a comment on that. It was like you shouldn't sell your product. I find it. I can't remember what they put. If
Did
you're
you put
watching
natty
this,
in like exclamation marks? You should put natty in question marks. And
no, I changed it afterwards because we thought she was natty from an androgen standpoint. For anybody who saw that, we haven't actually spoken about it. I know people said to speak about it. Once we've wrapped this up, if we've got time, we'll speak about that. Anyway, congrats to Catriona, if I'm saying that correctly.
It's definitely just Katrina.
Then the basketball guy who does he's like the Gary Neville, but in the US. He was like, we were lied to, we were hoodwinked, we were flat out deceived. That's what we need to say. Just literally show that. That's all we're gonna say. And we'll be like, that is it. No more further comment.
We are gonna get trained by Fox on, aren't we?
Yeah.
Met him today. He's nice.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Give you-
To be
Said next
fair,
time he sees you,
I can
bar
see
you.
why Dylan did win this.
Yeah.
I think more so from the back than the front. I also think he just looks a bit drier. Like, and I mean that from like a tan and glaze standpoint, like
Yeah.
especially from the back and like sweat standpoint. Like Dean looks like he's sweating a little bit, and Dylan looked like he was managing that better. So yeah, fair play. He looks really, really good. Great physique. And then obviously we've spoken about Nicole. She's just winning all the overalls. And then the bodybuilding overall. This looked like it was, to be fair, like a pretty decent standard. Like we've already said, there
Yeah.
was the junior was decent, the classic winner was good, the masters guy obviously who went on to win it was good. He looks good. Like again, the standard's
Yeah.
getting better. So then, yeah, they were your 4 overall winners from PCA
Round of
Scotland.
applause for your
So,
overall winners.
you wanted? Oh, I was
Bit of
loving
a
a bit
job,
of
mate.
the 60-second pulls down, and
He
they
loves
play
it, doesn't
some music. Yeah. We should do has anyone seen anything on the Detroit Pro? A wee prediction between
he?
Martin
You don't
and
want
Good
to
Vito?
go to Detroit.
A wee extra?
Josh, do you remember
Josh,
that?
no, man, come on, man.
I
You
don't
surely
know
want
what that is.
You don't know what that is?
Mm.
People
He
kill
sure
each other. You don't want to
hates
go to Detroit.
Oh, yes.
Josh, come on,
Okay.
man. You are too slow.
So they
Do
were the
not
4
go
winners.
to Detroit.
Right. Do you want to quickly chat about Lizzie, and then we'll go on to the Detroit Pro for the last few minutes. So in terms of what happened with Lizzie, so basically it's not a big deal. Like I think she was apparently getting like some hate from one of her stories. So after she competed, she put on a story like 21-year-old Natty, I've set the standard or something like that. Apparently she got a bit of hate from that because people knew that she wasn't Natty. And then obviously on the podcast, she said like, "Oh, I use Clen," and we were like, "Okay, so you were like Natty from a androgen standpoint." Um,
Yeah.
and she obviously was like, "Yeah, yeah." And then the day after or the day of, I think on her story, she said that she had used Anavar, Clen, T3, T4. That's it. Like, it is what it is. I think she's had a bit of like flack from it, not from the podcast, but from her stories. So yeah, like whether she meant to make out she was natty or not. Like, I think she was saying it as a, like, from her perspective, she was like, I built this muscle naturally. I only use these compounds right towards the end, is what she was saying, basically. But obviously, she wasn't like claiming she would have competed as a natty. She wasn't like, oh, I could do the natty PCA show soon. She was just saying that like she'd built the majority of her muscle naturally.
But she didn't say that on the podcast. Let's be real. Let's be
No,
honest.
she didn't.
She didn't say that about on the podcast. She also didn't when we said about androgens in the future. She was like, "Yeah, if I need to in the future, then maybe." Again, I'm not. That's not a word for word quote, but it was implied. And as a result, when you say you only took Clen and you're on a compound of stuff that probably collectively is like a usual sort of, it might not be in a massive stack, but you're still on gear. Like, and no one gives a fuck if you're on gear or not. So the fact that she said that after the stage, I can understand why people are upset. Realistically, it doesn't make a difference, but she didn't need to say it. And if she did, then just you don't need to back yourself up into a corner, not say it on the podcast, say you only took Clen, then said, "Oh, well, I did, but it's only for a week or two." It doesn't fucking matter. You didn't win it naturally. And everyone knows that. You know it yourself. There's no need to brag because realistically, getting a pro card enhanced or not, it's fucking class. Like if she was on minuscule amounts, sick, wicked, it's going to be awesome to see her. But I think it's one of those where you get yourself, and once you get your back up, people then are thinking, "Oh my god, she's chatting shit." When in reality, she probably said things that she probably shouldn't have said, and then she's tried to back herself up, and it's like you just make yourself come across like you're not as legitimate as you are, which is never a good look.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think like in hindsight, she'd be like, yeah, why didn't I just like say? You know what I mean? She'd be
yeah.
like, I didn't.
You know, her family might not accept it. She might not have spoke to her family about it. Could be a
Yeah.
case where friends. So she didn't want to come out openly on a podcast and be like, "I'm
I
taking
think she
gear."
said that. She said that like the day after the story that she went out with her mum to like explain bodybuilding and to her and where she's going to take it and what it involves. So maybe her mum didn't
Yeah.
entirely know that. And stuff.
Fair
So
enough. Anyway, we'll move on. So
maybe that's why it
Detroit
was.
Pro, this is going to be the top 2. So you've got Martin Fitz and Good Vito, left and right.
Finally, Martin has shaved off that horrendous hair that he had, like hairdo. Do you remember at the Arnold in 2022?
Yeah, he was.
I
Yeah, his
walked
wing
out.
backs were pushing on, weren't they? It was like Tottenham.
Yeah, yeah. He had like on the front, but then
And
nothing else.
Porro and
Oh,
Udogi up here, and then Van der Ven was sat right back because he knows he can recover. He can recover.
the duvet flipped over a few times. But yeah, me and Finn, when we were watching him in 2022, we were like, looks wicked. What the fuck is his hair? Just go bold, bro. So it's good to see him go bold. That's
What
for
do you
definite.
think here? I think
Uh,
from what I've seen, I I
Have you
think,
seen,
huh?
I was gonna say, have you seen AJ Kelly Roberts stories? Like,
No, but I saw
yeah.
someone said that they like. I did see a couple of reels, I think, and it was said it was from that. So
yeah.
were they the iPhone photos?
What? No, I'm saying AJ Kelly Roberts' story was just like him recording the TV and he was like showing them, and I like kind of watched them while I was just sat in the car.
Okay.
Um, and Martin looks good. Like, good Vito's legs are just wild, like condition wise through there as well. But then, like that back double by, like it doesn't look quite as good as Martin's. But mate, Martin just looks like so full and bubbly. He looks like, is that not what his nickname is as well? Like the Juggernaut or something? I swear that's
Martian.
it.
The
Is
Martian.
it?
Yeah, the
Or
Martian.
someone's. He looks like that guy. Is it Deadpool? You know, the big round guy, big
I
Juggernaut
saw
looking guy.
someone say he looks like a downsized version of like Phil Heath with how bubbly and round he looks. And I honestly don't think like that's a bad shout. Like obviously he's not Phil Heath, but he is
Yeah,
really round and complete.
yeah,
I think
he's got
like
line
if
and
I'm
shit.
honest, I think Martin wins. I prefer Vito's physique because I think he looks like very freakish and his quads are stupid. But from the back, other than his glutes, I think it's Martin pretty clear. Like
All the way, like to maybe four-fifths of the way through them. I find
yeah.
him so funny as well. He like screams at his TV.
Oh yeah, he's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
It is a
follows
battle for
he
these two
follows
guys.
he
Like,
follows me.
really-
I'm hoping one day I'll make a story of him. Like I'd have to actually be deep.
That's
I
the guy
just
from the UK that Harry Harris,
Yeah.
Martin Winston goes to him.
shot.
I know.
Gonna get Martin Winston on as well. We've been chatting with him. Here we go.
Best friends.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like when you put them side by side, if you're looking at it just from a size standpoint, like I think Good Vito, he doesn't, you wouldn't be like, oh yeah, he fucking drowns him, but like he takes up more space. And I think as well from the front, especially his quads look sharper.
I mean, look at this. Like his quads are much sharper nowadays, though. Like you can't really
Yeah,
see it over the zoom meter. There you go. You see it. Like they're actually. That's what Fuad was saying. Like in this as well. If the volume was up, like he was saying, like it's the most detail I've ever seen through like Martin, especially for the quads and stuff. But yeah, literally, it's just like a big bubble of like muscle.
Yeah.
It's wild. Good Vito's legs though, and like see when he turns to the rear,
that's
like
what
his
I
glutes
mean.
and
Like his quads, maybe not sharp, maybe sharper. Sharpness isn't the word. Like just size and like the deepness of the cuts from because of how big his quads
yeah,
are.
yeah, yeah. That's what you see as well, like in like high level bodybuilding now. I feel like there's not that many people that have got like deep cuts in their legs anymore. Like if you look at like that photo of Jay Cutler when he does like the quad stomp versus like although like Hadi's got really good legs, like they're not as like separated. It's
Yeah,
just
quite
like
a bit deep.
get
Yeah.
big veins and stuff across them. They've got really good shape and they're lean, but like they don't have that like separation that a lot of people had before. I feel like Vito's got that when he does that. I mean, look at his glutes and his legs there from the rear. Wild.
I don't think it's Martin all day. Like Martin's got a prettier physique. He's more complete and he's balanced and he looks nice. But I think size and condition, I'd actually say Good Vito probably looks bigger and leaner. So,
Yeah.
but that doesn't win you shows all the time. Like if you look at generally like the guys that are winning, yeah, obviously you need to be big and they need to be conditioned, but it's shape that carries them through. Like that's the reason that Hadi keeps
There's
winning
more
because he's
stories
got,
right next to each other, sorry.
huh?
For long.
What have they got the comparisons of both of them?
I think my Wi-Fi must be terrible. These are very freezy for me.
Don't worry, the video is a bit slow. Right, if you had
Your
to
Wi-Fi is
predict,
right. It's not even loading.
if you had to predict, what would you say?
I think Martin will win it,
Yeah.
to be
I agree.
honest.
I think he will, but I almost think I'm not going to say he shouldn't. Like, fair play, he looks fucking ridiculous, but it'd be quite good if Good Vito won, just based on like he is bigger than him, and he's probably as conditioned through some or if not most body parts. It's just that Martin's glutes are very impressive, which stands out. Right, should we wrap it up?
Yeah, that'll be that. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Josh.
He's frozen, mate.
Josh.
Thank you for having me.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I
there?
was gone for like all that full time you were speaking. I was just
There's a Scottish Wi-Fi, mate.
yeah, sure.
Bro, is that to the side of you? Is that a DY? Is that Dorian Yates? Do you have a photo of Dorian Yates over the side of your shoulder, by the way?
Yeah, you got it
signed.
signed.
Ah, all right, mate.
Want to see what's right next to me as well? Are we signing up?
You've got 1 minute.
Just to rub it in his face. You know?
Yeah.
Mate,
You
you're
got
rubbing
yours
it in
on
my
you?
face. It's my coaching win. I don't need it, but it's a proud moment. That was fucking class that day.
I'll give you that then. I'll give you that.
All
Right.
right, you two. Stop kissing each other now. Okay.
Yeah. Wrap it up, Reese.
Yep, cool.
All good.
Nah, mine's at the office, bro. I don't have mine. Mine in the studio. Win a few more, and then I'll just have them just like drooping
Everywhere.
Just have one
Can't
falling
even
off the wall.
walk around the room.
Oh, another one. So yeah, right, there we go. Hope everyone's enjoyed. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.